In 1928, under the Egyptian sun, archaeologists uncovered a massive ring in the sands of Giza, unlike anything seen before. Forged from unknown metal and covered in indecipherable symbols, it was a puzzle that defied history. The ring was more than an artifact. It was a doorway, waiting to change humanity's destiny forever. The Stargate was found in Giza, Egypt, and dug up. It sat in a Egyptian warehouse until 1938. Then, in 1939, the US military didn't want Hitler getting his hand on it, so they moved it to America by ship. The ship supposedly crashed off of the coast of New Jersey. The government sent divers to get the Stargate, but left the other Egyptian artifacts. The men in black took the Stargate to Colorado mountain base underground called Cheyenne. In 6 years, they figured out how to work it and sent a guy through. When the wormhole disconnected, the air hoses to the spacesuit was cut off. The government got scared because they still had no clue what they were doing. 40 years passed by. The Stargate set covered up, collecting dust. In 1985, the gate began moving and was activated off-world. The wormhole opened and beings came out. Bad grey aliens form Orion called the Markabians. The leader took people from the base and went back through the Stargate. This started the government back up to figure out about these beings. They started using the Stargate to go to other worlds on top-secret missions. So, from 1985 till now, the men in black have been using the Stargate. They have found Atlantis, the lost city, because they found it by using the Stargate. They also access some of our ancient ships that have Stargates on them. In 2007, the Elders, good Anunnaki, Centaurians, Asgard Greys, and other High Council races decided to deactivate all Stargates on Earth. This is because this planet is up for evaluation. The Stargate, once a silent relic, was hidden deep within Cheyenne Mountain. For years, its purpose was a mystery, until American doctor teaching at a collage in Egypt realized its symbols were star charts, a cosmic address. With this revelation, the Stargate activated, opening a shimmering portal to other worlds. Humanity stood on the edge of a new era, ready to step into the universe. Long before humanity gazed at the stars, a race known as the Anunnaki built the Stargate network, bridges between worlds. Driven by curiosity, not conquest, they spread knowledge across galaxies. But a devastating plague forced them to abandon our galaxy, leaving behind dormant gates, waiting for new explorers to discover their legacy. The Stargate network is a masterpiece of engineering on a galactic scale. The Anunnaki did not simply build a few gates, they constructed and deployed thousands of them across the Milky Way and later the Pegasus galaxy. These devices were strategically placed on habitable worlds or planets of specific scientific interest, creating a comprehensive transportation grid. Each Stargate was designed to be incredibly durable, capable of withstanding millennia of exposure to the elements, a fact proven by the Earthgate's survival for thousands of years buried in the sands of Giza. This durability ensured that their network would persist long after they were gone, a permanent infrastructure for future civilizations to discover and utilize. The system was designed for simplicity and efficiency. Each Stargate was paired with a dial home device, or DHD, a user-friendly control pedestal that made dialing an address as straightforward as possible. This standardization meant that any traveler who knew how to operate one DHD could operate them all, making the entire network universally accessible to those with the knowledge. The symbols on the gates and DHDs correspond to constellations, forming a brilliant and intuitive system of spatial coordinates. By selecting 6 points in space, a destination could be precisely pinpointed from any other point in the galaxy, a simple yet elegant solution to the complex problem of interstellar navigation. The sheer scope of this project is breathtaking. The Anunnaki launched massive seed ships that traveled ahead of them, automatically depositing Stargates on suitable planets across the void. This automated deployment allowed them to construct the network far more rapidly than would have been possible otherwise. One of these seed ship projects was even more ambitious, designed to precede a research vessel named Destiny on a journey across multiple galaxies, dropping an earlier prototype of the Stargate along its path. This reveals the Anunnaki long-term vision. They were not just building for the present, but laying the groundwork for exploration on a timescale that spans millions of years. Left behind after the Anunnaki departure, this network became a double-edged sword. While it held the promise of exploration and discovery, it also fell into the wrong hands. The parasitic Draco-reptilians, a race of megalomaniacal beings, discovered the Stargates and immediately understood their potential for conquest. They used the network to enslave countless worlds, building a galactic empire on the back of the Anunnaki technology. Some bad Anunnaki posed as gods, using the Stargates' mystique to control and terrify their subjects. For millennia, the Stargates were not seen as tools of discovery, but as instruments of fear and oppression, their true purpose corrupted by those who followed the Gate Builders. The Stargate is a massive, nearly indestructible ring, over 6 meters wide and weighing 29,000 kilograms. Its secret is Naquadah, not found on Earth in natural form, super heavy element that absorbs, stores and channels immense energy, making the gate both powerful and resilient. The gate consists of a stationary outer ring and a rotating inner ring inscribed with glyphs essential for dialing. Naquadah's superconductive properties allow the gate to handle energy from almost any source, from DHDs to lightning strikes. The material emits faint energy readings, letting teams detect gates remotely, and even features basic self-diagnostics for longevity. The Anunnaki engineered the Stargate to last eons, blending durability, adaptability, and a touch of built-in intelligence. The Stargate's interface is a cosmic map, 39 glyphs representing constellations and 9 chevrons as locking mechanisms. 38 glyphs are shared across the network. The 39th is unique to each gate. Dialing an address means rotating the inner ring to align glyphs with chevrons, which light up and lock each symbol in place. 7 chevrons are used for standard travel. The 8th and 9th unlock intergalactic and targeted connections, requiring massive power. Chevrons provide visual and audio feedback, confirming each step and signaling when the event horizon is about to form. The system is intuitive, elegant, and universal, a navigational masterpiece. The Anunnaki design turns the Stargate into more than a machine. It's a user-friendly gateway to the stars. Activating a Stargate requires a surge of energy, typically supplied by a dial-home device, DHD, with its own power source. The DHD transmits both the address and energy, charging the gate's capacitors to rotate the ring and initiate the wormhole. Without a DHD, like at the SGC, power must be supplied manually, and the ring is turned by motors, a slower, riskier process. Once the address is locked, the gate unleashes a powerful vortex, clearing the path before stabilizing the event horizon. Maintaining a wormhole is energy efficient, but the connection auto-terminates after 38 minutes unless supplied with extraordinary power. This time, limit prevents monopolization and ensures network stability. The Anunnaki built safety and efficiency into every aspect of the gate's operation. Keep in mind, there's different types of Stargates. The Stargate is real physics, the Einstein-Rosen bridge, or wormhole, theorized by Einstein and Rosen in 1935. Wormholes are shortcuts through space-time, potentially allowing instant travel between distant points. In reality, such bridges would be unstable and require exotic matter to stay open, something with negative energy. The Anunnaki technology, powered by Naquadah, sidesteps these issues, stabilizing the wormhole and making safe passage possible. The energy demands and gravitational forces would be astronomical, but the Stargate's design contains and controls them. Keep in mind, they say all of this is science fiction. There is no such thing as science fiction. Science is saying you know, while fiction is saying you don't know. Listen, don't fool yourself. These people got this stuff and put it in movies to tell you the truth. You can't make nothing up that don't exist. You hear me? A wormhole, in the context of physics and science fiction, is a theoretical tunnel through space-time that could connect two distant points, potentially allowing for faster-than-light travel and even time travel. While wormholes are a solution within Einstein's theory of general relativity, there's no observational evidence of their existence. Wormholes are envisioned as tunnels through space-time, linking two separate locations, which could be different points in space or even different points in time. The concept of wormholes arises from solutions to Einstein's equations of general relativity, which describe gravity as a curvature of space-time. Wormholes could act as shortcuts through the universe, potentially reducing travel time between distant galaxies, or even allowing for travel to the past. Despite being a solution within general relativity, There's currently no observational evidence to support the existence of wormholes. Maintaining a stable wormhole is a major challenge. The immense gravity of a black hole, or the theoretical equivalent on the other end, would likely cause it to collapse unless there is some exotic matter or energy source to counteract it. Wormholes are often depicted as a means of interstellar travel and time travel. The Stargate doesn't just find wormholes, it creates them, linking two gates via subspace, where distance and speed are redefined. The kawoosh marks the violent birth of the wormhole, which the gate then stabilizes into a safe, shimmering event horizon. Both gates anchor and power the connection, distributing the energy load and ensuring stability. A destination gate is essential. Without it, the wormhole collapses. The dialing computer performs real-time calculations, compensating for stellar drift to ensure precise connections. The system adapts to a dynamic universe, showcasing the Anunnaki technological genius. The Stargate technology is 50,000 years ahead of Earth humans in technology. The Anunnaki have had reliable gateways across the stars for millions of years. Stargate travel is more than just stepping through a portal. As you enter the shimmering event horizon, the gate dematerializes you, breaking you down into energy, which then travels safely through the wormhole. At the destination, the process reverses, perfectly reconstructing you, memories, and all. It's a one-way trip. Returning means dialing the gate again. Every journey is a leap of faith. Stargate travel relies on a unique address, 7 symbols, each planet with its own code. The first 6 represent constellations, pinpointing a location in space. The 7th, the point of origin, marks where the journey begins. Once dialed, the Stargate creates a direct path across the galaxy, an elegant cosmic address book connecting worlds. The Dial Home device, or DHD, is the Stargate's native control console, designed by the Anunnaki for simplicity and efficiency. With its circular panel of glyphs and a central button, it powers the gate, dials addresses, and even compensates for stellar drift. The DHD's intuitive design makes off-world travel seamless, a perfect remote for the galaxy's greatest transportation system. Without a DHD, the SGC had to hotwire the Stargate, supplying power directly from the base and using motors to rotate the ring. Their custom computer, designed by a female scientist, controls the process and recalculates addresses. It's slower, energy-intensive and risky, but a testament to human ingenuity. Confirming a working DHD on new worlds is always a top priority. The Milky Way Stargate, first discovered on Earth, is the classic model, iconic for its rotating ring, chevrons and glyphs. Built for durability, it's powered by Naquadah and can use energy from many sources, even lightning. This gate set the galactic standard, uniting worlds and defining Stargate travel for generations. It's the original design, a lasting monument to the ancients' engineering and humanity's gateway to the stars. When the Anunnaki arrived in the Pegasus galaxy aboard Atlantis, they didn't just copy their old technology, they improved it. The Pegasus Stargate is sleeker, digital, and lights up blue, with glyphs representing Pegasus constellations. These gates orbit planets, streamlining travel and integrating with ship-based culture. Their crystal-based DHDs are advanced, secure, and essential for operation, showcasing a civilization at its peak. Before the Anunnaki built their empires, they launched unmanned seed ships to plant the first-generation Stargates across galaxies, followed by the Destiny research vessel. These prototype gates were crude, slow, and lacked DHDs. Only a remote could activate them. From these humble beginnings, the Anunnaki refined their technology into the powerful Stargate networks we know today. From its dusty discovery on the Giza Plateau to the farthest galaxies, the Stargate is more than advanced technology. It's a symbol of humanity's drive to explore and discover. A perfect blend of ancient mystery and futuristic science, it invites us to step into the unknown with courage and curiosity. The Stargate reminds us, the next great adventure could be just one step away. The pharaohs would send fresh slaves through the Stargate to honor the gods every year. This happens all the way till the Pharaoh Den rose up in 2995 BC. He opposed the traditions and changed them. This time is called the Great Rebellion of Ra, who is Marduk. The people that didn't want it to stop, he slayed them. This ended bad Anunnaki dominion on Earth, but humans had already been seeded throughout reptilian, Nomos, Greys and bad Anunnaki empires, which expanded 2,000 light-years, center point being Orion's belt. So, Ra, Marduk felt no need to reconquer the planet. Some people carried on tradition for 400 years after. The bad Anunnaki and other races were still coming through the Stargate taking people. Some came and lived with humans and mated with them. Because they had human avatars, they could pass and mix with humans. The pharaohs even went back to worshipping Ra, Marduk. During the time of Pharaoh Khafra rule, the people began to rebel again. A lot of people were slayed during this time. After his father rule, Menkaure in 2505 BC wanted to make things right and order that the Stargate be buried to stop beings from coming through it. The Stargate stayed buried for 433 years, until 1928, when the Stargate was found in Giza, Egypt, and dug up. Since then, they have found one in Antarctica, one in Asia which the Russians got. They found one on the dark side of the moon, and one in the Grand Canyon. The term secret space program is often associated with, particularly within ufology and MJ-12, that describe alleged secret military programs involving human space travel and even interaction with extraterrestrial civilizations. Also, after Project Paperclip 1945 Hitler Brunch joined on with the USA, these stories often include concepts like time travel, age regression, and service in interplanetary federations. The Dark Space program has been using the Stargate to go off-world. This has been going on for about 25 years until higher-level extraterrestrials stepped in and deactivated all Earth Stargates. This is because everywhere they went, they caused trouble. They have offset planets. Not all planets reachable by Earth Stargates are ahead of Earth humans in technology. So, on some planets, some people perceived these humans from Earth as gods, just like you have once done upon the Anunnaki return to your planet Earth. One of the Stargate is at S4 Groom Lake. They make these movies to trick you. The Cheyenne base is real, not no movie. The main gate they were using is deep underground controlled by NORAD and US Northcom. Don't fool yourself. The Cheyenne Mountain Complex is a real, functioning military base located in Cheyenne Mountain, Colorado. It is a hardened, underground facility designed to withstand various threats, including nuclear attacks, and serves as an alternate command center for NORAD and US Northcom. While NORAD's main operations are now at Peterson Space Force Base, the Cheyenne Mountain Complex remains a vital part of the command's infrastructure, and is used for training and as a backup in case of emergencies. I don't know if you remember the rotary phones? Well, the Stargate is like an advanced rotary phone. Well, if you want to get an idea on how the Stargate works, study a rotary phone. Rotary phones use a mechanical dial that generates electrical pulses to represent the dialed number. When a user rotates the dial to a specific number and releases it, a spring mechanism returns the dial to its resting position. As it returns, the dial interrupts the phone line's electrical current a specific number of times corresponding to the dialed digit. These interruptions are then translated by the telephone exchange to connect the call. The dial has a finger stop and a series of holes corresponding to numbers 0, 9. When a user rotates the dial to a number and releases it, a spring mechanism is engaged. As the dial returns to its resting position, it rotates a mechanism that opens and closes a switch, creating electrical pulses. The number of pulses generated corresponds to the number dialed. For example, dialing 5 inches generates 5 pulses. The pulses are transmitted to the telephone exchange, where they are interpreted by electromechanical or electronic switching equipment. This equipment then connects the call to the desired number. When the user picks up the phone, a dial tone indicates the phone line is active and ready to receive dialing information. The legacy of the Stargate is one of infinite potential. A story of the ancients, brilliant builders connecting the universe for knowledge. We inherited their spirit of exploration, a beacon of hope, defending freedom, from the first Chevron to the 9th, bridging galaxies. Inspiring generations to wonder, what if? The quest for knowledge is the greatest adventure. The Stargate is not just a device, it is a promise.